Sup, Nerdmigos? I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here. We're here for another review, Jive. Watched some movies this weekend, so we're getting ahead of schedule, as it were. So last night we watched the only good Transformer movie, Bumblebee. So quick ahead of time thing. We had never seen this movie. We didn't watch it in theaters. Yeah. We had both seen through to probably
Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, she saw through to Dinosaurs, which is the second to last one, and I did see Weird Merlin, whatever the fuck that hot trash was. But I saw it one time and was just like, never again with that shit. So, yeah. Honest to God, I just had no faith in watching Bumblebee. So we waited until it was, like, available here and then forgot promptly and whatever. Anywho, we watched The Thing. So let me read The Thing. Because, yeah, we pretty much watched it at the behest and idea of some podcasters we listen to who were like, this is a pretty good fucking movie. And we're like, damn,
and we were like, I don't know about this.
I guess we'll give it a shot. And they watched it and we're like, it's a pretty damn good movie.
Yeah,
so,
it was a pretty alright movie.
Alright, The Thing. On the run in the year 1987. Oh, yeah, that's the year.
Oh.
Bumblebee the Autobot seeks refuge in a junkyard in a small California beach town. Charlie, on the brink of turning 18 years old, trying to find her place in the world, soon discovers the battle-scarred and broken Bumblebee. When Charlie revives him, she quickly learns that this is no ordinary yellow Volkswagen. So this takes place in basically, like, Marin.
Yeah, which
right?
which is
real close
cool
to where we live. But it hits all the like NorCal.
Yeah, it hits all the Northern California things.
Like NorCal
There's a scene
things.
where they're like
It's
in the
great.
redwoods.
Yeah, of course.
They've got like the thing with the Golden Gate in the background. You know, you got the coast.
They got all the bits. So Charlie is this like 17 going on 18-year-old girl. She's sort of like a fixer-upper because she's working on her dad passed away, working on her dad's car. Yeah. Her mom got remarried. The new guy seems a little try-hardy, but seems like a genuinely good
she's
guy.
Like rebellious,
but she's of course being like
unhappy.
You're not my dad, and he's not trying to be like I'm your dad or something. That's not what's happening, you know. You know, so then she pairs up with Bumblebee. This is John Cena in it, which is...
John Cena's in this. I forgot that he was in this.
He plays a bad guy in this.
He plays a bad guy, which was fantastic.
Weird to see him just mean and evil for the sake of mean and evil, and I'm just like, I don't believe it.
Especially because we're so used to seeing him in wrestling, and he's
in
the
wrestling,
perpetual good
he's
guy.
He's like hyper good guy, but
he can do
he's also the
wrong.
good guy in like almost everything else he's in. Or if he's the bad guy, he's like the bad guy, but like barely, you know?
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a shock, but John Cena did a great job. Charlie, the main girl, she did a fantastic job. Yeah. Her little, like, nerdy, across the street boyfriend kind of guy.
That was really cute.
That was adorable. Yeah. He did a good job. Again, this is very, this is riffing off that Stranger Things vibe, where they're like, oh, you know what, people like 80s. So let's just do a movie in the 80s. Which, to be completely bloody honest with you, I actually think frames the movie a lot nicer.
I think it actually works really well.
It gives that, like, there's no way to communicate. It gives that the Autobots aren't just, like, immediately understood, you know, sort of a thing. Like, what they're doing and how they connive and you know, all that.
Well, it really goes through kind of, like, the origin story of Bumblebee, which was cool because...
You get some Cybertron scenes for... Okay.
Yeah.
This movie is fucking gorgeous for several reasons. But most importantly, because we don't have weird bullshit Transformers like what Michael Bay gave us for the previous 400 movies, right? These look like the Transformers from the cartoon.
They do.
And it's fucking radical, dude. It's so awesome. It was, and the fucking CGI was beautiful. So it's like really good CGI, all the classic characters you know and you love, you know, and that's your Cybertron backstory opener, and that's a good like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was a pretty good.
That was a good opener,
a good amount.
And then you get into
they really kind of like
Earth
opened
stuff.
it in a way where if you're not actually familiar with the Transformers movies, that you could start here. You know, it's kind of...
Yeah, if you don't know Transformers, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It gives you enough information that you're just like, all right, the bad guys, these are the bad guys, and these are the good guys, and blah, blah. It's fine. You'll get it.
There's a lot of references in it.
There's a lot of references, yeah. The Decepticons are fucking horrifying in this.
Yeah, they
also,
are super
they transform
evil.
into the coolest fucking cars.
Yeah, they do.
These motherfucking
so cool.
Decepticons show up, fucking transform into these dope cars, just straight up gloop this guy. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, they
I don't know.
glooped a lot of people.
I don't know what weapon.
They just like turn people into
I don't know what
ectoplasm.
weapon they have
It was
is,
super
but
weird.
they just like shoot you, and there's not like a beam or like a zoop or anything. It's just like they point it at you, and it makes a noise, and then you just sort of like burst into
lube.
like
lube.
yeah, like an M80 and a glove full of lube.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like
no understanding. We don't understand why.
Zero explanation. Nobody seems to like.
Everybody seems to be totally okay with it.
At one point in time,
like,
the
obviously
kids
that's the thing that
see
would
a
happen.
motherfucker get glooped, and they're just like, "Oh shit, that guy's dead." And I'm like, "That guy's dead?" I would have been like, "All right, listen, pause on this robot story shit. We're gonna need whatever the fuck information there is
I'm gonna
about
need
the lube gun.
some more information about this.
Does it have a range? Is it like a cone? What? Am I gonna?
Sure
can it
that they
potentially
got
turn part of me into gloop?
Because
what the
maybe
fuck?
they just went to like an alternate dimension.
Like they got teleported to a dimension that's filled entirely with gloop, and a little bit of gloop seeped out through the portal. Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe, man. That's
Like, I don't
worse,
know,
because then you're just
there's no
drowning in lube.
explanation.
And I'm pretty certain drowning in lube is worse than having all of your molecules converted to it.
Not if you end up being able to breathe it like an amniotic fluid. I've actually read a book like that.
I mean, I feel like they're killing these people. They're deceptive.
Obviously, they're killing these people.
So these guys are being murdered.
What's happening with the gloop? Nobody
Yeah.
seems to want to acknowledge that
Or
it's
question.
weird or question that when these people vaporize someone,
it's a
just turns into
PG-13 movie, right? And I know, like, if you show blood, then kids are gonna grow up to be murderers or whatever fucking dumbass people are on about with that shit. But so like I get why they did it that way. Although I feel like just a shot and then like no blood because the laser sizzles it closed and they just collapse dead would have been significantly less comedic. But whatever, it's an 80s movie. And it feels like an 80s movie and it has that vibe.
It does, yeah.
It's beautiful, it's good action, it's good acting.
You really
everybody,
like the fight scenes in this.
Yeah,
too.
the way they animated Bumblebee's fighting was very it was like he would transition between styles of fighting. I mean, honestly, all of the fight scenes really felt like they had two dudes in mocap suits fighting it out. Right? There was weight to it, and it wasn't just shot 10,000 feet fucking DC. You shit together. You know, but like you were in there and you were in the action, and there were times when the robots are fighting and you're with the humans dealing with their shit, and the robots are just giant monsters in the background fighting shit off, you know, kind of a thing. But no, the fight scenes were really, really well choreographed, whether that was a physical choreography with some sort of mocap or purely digital choreography and just a team of digital renderers and a CGI team that really understands combat. I don't know which, but it felt like it had weight to it. It didn't feel like impossible, which is what I feel like a lot of the other Transformers movies. Everything's just sort of floaty and impossible, and nothing matters. I mean, in this, they're punching people in the head. You know, they're punching Autobots in places where important machinery is. So you feel that they're getting damaged when they're being punched, as opposed to the previous movies where it's like they're getting beat up, but none of it really matters until they get like a sword in the heart. And then sometimes that shit doesn't matter either. It fucking knows, right? So this movie felt like it had weight, it had purpose. The Decepticons get fucking murdered. Just like, no question, it's crazy town, right? Like, they do a really good job. Obviously, like, the United States military portion of it was very, like, the secret organization from the earlier ones. Yeah. Where it was just like, it was like kooky sci-fi stuff. And you're just like, what the fuck ever. But that's fine. It's totally whatever, man. But it was an enjoyable movie. And I think that that's the most important thing.
And it was a good standalone movie. So not only could
you certainly don't need to watch any of the other movies.
If you had never, like, seen the others, but this movie is good in and of itself. It doesn't need the other Transformers movies.
Well, this movie
to, like,
is specifically not connected to the other Transformers movies.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
It's not like a prequel or some dumb shit like that.
It's all in the same universe and stuff.
Insofar as they're all live-action Transformers movies, yes, but this movie is really and truly completely separate, and one that I think that distance is what helps it, as well as, being, like, better written and better directed and better acted and not a silly fucking nightmare. But, which is what the other ones are. But, no, I think that I can confidently say that you should watch Bumblebee if you have not. And if you're like, well, if I like Bumblebee, then go watch the cartoon. Yeah. Like, don't watch fucking none of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. Fucking watch 0% of them. They're the worst. Not even the first one's good. They're not worth your time. There's so much good shit out there, man. It's not worth your time. Don't go watch the originals. But watch Bumblebee is fucking worth it. Watch Bumblebee. It so reminded me of being a kid and watching the cartoon. It so reminded me of those big, weird 80s action movies and 90s action movies that I grew up watching. And I think that's what we want. We want a movie that doesn't have to be part of some big fucking thing. And doesn't need to be it's just like, hey, they're Transformers, they're robots in disguise. It's in the song. Just do the thing that already exists. It works. And then guess what? They fucking did that and it finally worked. It took 9 goddamn movies, but still it works now. So, like, that's what I'm talking about here. Whatever. I'm gonna get on a bloody soapbox about this one.
Yeah, you better stop now.
So we're gonna stop now.
We're gonna go.
Have you seen Bumblebee? If so, comment below. If not, go watch it. Come back. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Yeah, I liked it so much. It was so good. Also, some of those bad guy cars were badass. I would buy those toys. I'm gonna be super real with you. I would totally buy those toys. So, but either way, like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that kind of stuff. I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This is Review Jive. We watched Bumblebee. It was surprisingly amazing. So that's awesome. And watch more videos. Go watch a bunch of our movie reviews. We have a lot of them. So, do that. Yeah. And if you have a movie you want to watch that isn't Harry the Hendersons, because that's on our list already, then we're good to go. Yeah. So, comment below with that shit, too.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.